Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. In this video, we're going to be discussing our very own Lord Voldemort, also known as Tom Riddle. Now, Voldemort has a bit of a reputation for being, well, the Dark Lord, and essentially being a direct representation of all that is dark and evil. When you think of a powerful dark witch or wizard, he's likely the first one to come to mind, and he really genuinely doesn't seem to care for anyone, even those that are closest to him. He's intelligent, cunning, and manipulative, and can make others believe that by doing his bidding, they are becoming closer to him. In reality, Voldemort is only focused on one thing, and that is power. If you are helping him achieve power, then he'll keep you around. If you oppose him, he'll eradicate you. And if you aren't involved with him at all, then you are nothing to him. If Voldemort were ever to face a crossroads where down one path he could save a companion, and down another he could more quickly achieve power, he would always choose power. Even those who are seemingly closest to him, Nagini, Bellatrix, would still face this fate, I'm sure. If in place of Snape, Voldemort had to kill Bellatrix, he would have killed her just as mercilessly and without remorse. The only reason that he showed anger when Bellatrix died was because she had been killed, and he was concerned that he was losing a large number of his followers. Voldemort is also intelligent, and if he knew that disposing of you could result in him having to deal with more issues, then he may still keep you around. So what we've established is that he doesn't have much of a conscience, and that he's basically incapable of feeling emotion. It's as though he is not actually able to feel empathy for another, and is focused purely on his own selfish, dark goals. At the end of the day, he is always most important. In this video, we'll be discussing why it is that Voldemort isn't capable of feeling emotion, or at least certain emotions, particularly happiness and love. In fact, Voldemort is infamous for his inability to feel love, and it is love itself that eventually leads to his downfall. Let's start at the very beginning by looking at Voldemort's mother, Merope Gaunt. Merope Gaunt, later Merope Riddle, was a pure-blood witch and the daughter of Marvolo Gaunt. Merope grew up in Little Hangleton and developed an obsession with a muggle that lived nearby, Tom Riddle Sr., who was a handsome and wealthy muggle. When Merope's brother and father were banished to Azkaban, she was in Little Hangleton by herself. This only fueled Merope to take action on her obsession with this local muggle man. Merope, after years of abuse from her brother and father, had very suppressed magical capabilities. However, her newly liberated circumstances allowed her to finally exercise some of her magical ability. This magical ability manifested itself in the form of a love potion that Merope used on Riddle. It has been speculated that perhaps Merope gave Riddle this love potion in a glass of water or some other drink. Shortly after he drank the potion, he became infatuated with Merope. Fast forward just a few months later, the two were married, and Merope was pregnant with Tom's child. This child would later go on to become Lord Voldemort. A year after they had gotten married, Tom Riddle was no longer under the influence of this potion. This occurred by either of the following. A. His brainwashing was perpetuated via the Imperius Curse, and Merope decided that she no longer wanted to live a lie, releasing him from it. Or B. The effects of the love potion simply wore off after she stopped giving it to him. Either way, when Tom was no longer bewitched, he certainly wasn't completely happy with his circumstances. I believe that A is the more likely occurrence, as Dumbledore himself has speculated that Merope dropped the curse, hoping that Tom had genuinely fallen in love with her, and even if he didn't love her, that he would stay for their child. As soon as Riddle was out of the trance, he went back to Little Hangleton, fleeing from Merope and their son. He felt as though he had awoken from a nightmare. After he fled, Merope fell into a deep depression and stopped using magic entirely. On New Year's Eve in 1926, she went to an orphanage and gave birth to her son, Tom Marvolo Riddle. Tom for the boy's father, and Marvolo for Merope's father. Merope died shortly after Riddle was born, after years of suffering from a broken heart. Merope effectively chose to die as she had no will to live, and because she was not there to give Tom love and care, he grew up without any concept or notion of love. Additionally, it has been stated by J.K. Rowling that one of the main reasons that Voldemort can't feel love is because of the way that he was conceived. Because the relationship between his mother and father wasn't genuine, and because his father was under the influence of a love potion, he was born with an incapability of feeling love. So in essence, Voldemort was doomed from the start. His biggest flaw as a person is by far the way that he was unable to feel love. It was the fuel for the fire that set Voldemort off on his path of villainy. I really wonder what type of man he would have become if he was simply able to understand the concept of love. He truly was destined for evil and had no escape, and for this reason, I truly take pity on Voldemort, even after all of the horrible things that he's done. And that's it for this video. What do you guys think? Is this an excuse for Voldemort to be the way that he is? Can he be excused? Let me know down in the comment section below. Until next time, you're a wizard, Harry!